Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, winter was really good to us. I'm just working here. Fred just got here and it looks like he's on his way up. We had a lot of changes this year. We bought some more ground, we sold off all that we had, and today Fred and I are going to go work that new ground. I was just looking over all the joints, making sure everything's greased, hoses look good, so that Fred and I can get to work on things. Good morning, Fred. How are you doing this morning?
Not too bad. How's my neighbor doing?
Well, we're doing pretty good all together. We got some new ground to go tend to. I also want to thank you for watching my cattle while I was on vacation.
Of course.
I appreciate that. Well, how did you fare this winter?
Not too bad. A couple learning curves. Still kind of getting used to things, but not bad. Did a little bit of mild expansion, nothing major, but done some expansion.
Did you get your crops sold that you needed to get sold?
Yeah, I got the corn sold.
That's good. Yeah, I got all of my stuff for the most part sold. It turned out pretty good. We we made enough money. Well, I made enough money that we are going to go and work our new fields today. Are you ready to learn some new fields?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Well, let's hop in the tractors and let's get to it. I think you know which one's yours, so I'll hop in mine and let's get to moving. Well, we should be good to go. Fred, I didn't check the fuel on that. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Fuel's all right. About 7/8 of a tank, maybe a little more.
Alrighty, I was just checking because I didn't do it to mine either. That's the one thing I forgot. If you notice, I serviced the tractors over the winter really good. They ought to run real good in the field.
Yeah, it runs real smooth already. I can tell a difference.
Good deal, good deal. Well, this first field we're going to work on is up here on the left. It's just a hair bit narrow, so we're just going to kind of work it back and forth. There's an old crop still on it, so just kind of keep your eyes open.
Okay.
And we're just going to trigger in here, and I'm pretty sure Fred can figure out just to follow us nice and neat. He's been invaluable this winter. Him and I did a couple of runs to some farm sales, looking at this, that, and the other, but you know, we really didn't find anything exciting. Not as exciting as the last farm sale we went to. You know, other than him watching my cattle, I didn't have much for him to do. So this will be the first time he's really heavily been back to work since, since quite a while, to be honest. And I imagine he's probably pretty excited to have a little bit of income again. I know it's been kind of slow. I mean, obviously we paid him for the work that he did, you know, while we were gone on vacation. But other than that, you know, yeah, it's been pretty slow. But this field is one of our new fields. It's not too bad as far as size goes. It's, I don't know, decent size, but very, very narrow. Very narrow of a field. I figure we'll make a round around it, both of us, and then one of us can take the top side and one can take the bottom, and we'll get it plugged out. Not too much really to it, but yeah, it's one of my, I guess you'd call him a neighbor. I've never seen him up here working any of these fields, but he lives off over there to the west a little bit. Met him one time, and I guess he just over the winter didn't make it. You know what I mean? Didn't have any family that wanted it. Nobody said anything about harvesting the property, so they just let it go. You know, it's kind of a sad deal, to be honest. But not much we can do, you know. When it's your time, it's your time. Hey, Fred, watch that corner down there. It's super, super tight. I darn near ran into a tree trying to get around it.
Alrighty. I'll just go to the end of the road and I'll back up and make a wide turn.
That'll
Rather
work.
safe than sorry.
That'll work. Just figured I'd give you the heads up so you didn't end up tree bound.
Appreciated.
All right. Well, we'll get back to this, and we're going to get a little bit of this deep tillage done here. You know, considering I don't know what happened. I don't know what kind of farmer this gentleman was. I figure it's safer just to go ahead and deep till all of it. That way we, yeah, we're getting it run down into the ground nice and good. So, I see we got a lot of tree trimming to do down here though. Lots and lots of tree trimming. But that's to be expected. It really is. Alrighty, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, we're on the second field. As you can see, it's a pretty good field. I've got to move off to the side over here and check something out. I think I've got something broken. I'm not sure what's going on just yet, but I think I got one of my points on the chisel busted off. Hey Fred, you got it on?
Yes, sir.
Fred, I might have to go back to the shop. I've got I think a busted chisel point. I'm not sure yet. I'm getting ready to check it out. Just keep it rolling, and I see they limed this field really good.
Yeah, they did. It's bright white.
I didn't order it to be limed, so they must have done it beforehand. But yep, just give her hell, and I'll catch with you in a little bit.
Will do.
All right, let's see here. I think I've got one of these chisel points broke. I just gotta find it. Oh, it's over there, right there. Yep. Son of a gun. Well, I think I've got one of these chisel points at the house. So we're gonna fold up, let Fred kind of do his thing. And I guess I'll go put a chisel point on. He knows what's going on, so You know, I wondered when I was pulling up that hill, I felt something kind of yank real hard on me, and I bet that's what did it. So we'll get it switched out here real quick and see what happens. I'll meet you guys back at the field in just a few. Hey everybody. Well, I got it all changed out and I washed this thing off. Just quickly enough to get it dirty again, but that way I could look at it and see what was up. I was able to just to flip the bad point around. There was still a good point on the other side. So we'll see what Fred has been up to over here. And I guess I'll just start right here, and looks like he's working on the bottom down there. So I'm just going to start right here and dive in. Oh yeah, we're looking good again. Much, much better. Whoop. Maybe I better pay attention to how I'm driving, you know. But yep, that looks pretty good. Yeah, looks like he cut a center line and then went around this. We got kind of a whoop-de-doo here in the middle. I can't remember what Fred called it. Here, hold on a minute. Hey Fred, what'd you call this low spot in the field here?
A hoodinger.
A hoodinger. That's something different. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, a hoodinger. And as you can see, it is a muddy son of a gun down in that hoodinger. And we are going to stay out of it. I see Fred made himself a nice little round around it. So we're going to do another round just to make sure we stay out of it, because Fred seems to be doing pretty good, but knowing my luck, I'm going to be looking back and I'm not going to see it and end up down in it stuck. And after the other delays and setbacks that we've had today, I don't need that. That's for darn sure. We want to make sure we get this field nice and cleaned up. There we go. That's looking really good there. Much better. I mean, the main thing is we're turning soil under. That's all that really truly matters, is just to get this soil turned under at this point. And yeah, I just can't believe that they had put lime down on this field. Now I'm sure we'll have to have it checked, but that's kind of unusual to put lime down on a field this time of year. But our tires are definitely saying that they put lime down, that's for sure. Well, I'm just glad to be back at it, and boy, you can tell this field has got some contour. Look at that hill structure here. I don't know what we're going to plant. Probably, man, I just think this is going to have to be soy. A lot of what we're going to do is going to be soybeans this year. I mean, yeah, we're going to need some corn, but I want to try to keep that as local as possible. Although, if I do corn, I've got Fred's help, so we could actually have him running stuff in and dumping off, maybe. We'll have to work on that and see. That'll be later down the road anyway. And I think Fred can now manage this corner here. I got it nice and smoothed out, so I'm just going to kick out right here, let him finish that bottom and go up top here. Because I think that'll work out for him. There we go. And I'm not getting too excited with this field, to be honest. It's, you know, it's just the first work on it. We'll have to come back later and do some cultivating before we plant it. And, you know, that's coming up. Next month is the month that we start planting. But, you know, we're here at the end of March, and we just haven't been able to do nothing. We really haven't. It has just been crazy here. Um, only because of the snow and the ice and the cold temperatures. This ground was froze so solid at the beginning of March it wasn't funny. I came out here looking at it thinking, well, maybe we can get a jump on it. We'll be able to actually get started on it early, but no. If I would have sunk a chisel in, we would have sat still spinning. It was that bad. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead. We'll get this field finished up. I want to make sure I show you the other field that we have. So we'll see you guys here in just a little bit. All right, everybody. Well, we're getting right down to the end of it where Fred and I are darn near hitting each other each time we come through. I'm going to let him finish this up. There won't be but maybe just a smidgen down here. And we're going to head to our next field. I think we can just cut right across here. And I'm pretty sure Fred's watching me, so he'll figure that part out. To get to it, there's a path over here. And we've got this little meadow area. But you take the road around this way. And I believe, yep, here's that pathway right here. And this is the big old meadow that leads up to the field that we have last. This ought to be, this ought to be kind of interesting. I'm not sure why they didn't incorporate any of that into the field, but we might look at that sometime in the future. I don't know when. We'll go ahead and drop down and we'll just get to it. I'm not sure what happened over here. This looks like almost it got sprayed. Oop, I'm missing a little bit along the edge there. That's okay. We'll come back and get it. But yeah, this field almost looks like it got sprayed. You know what? I'm going to stop, hop out, have a look here. I'm not sure what this was. Maybe potatoes or something? I don't know. I don't know what this was. Kind of almost looks like, we got potato hills, but I don't know very many people that grow potatoes around here. I mean, if it was, it'll provide good, I guess good nutrients into the soil by churning them in. That's not too bad of a deal. But, yep, we'll go ahead and get this worked around. Our field setup is looking really good. Now, honestly, if it wasn't for Fred, it would have been taking me a lot longer. I'm sure glad he is, he's with us, let me tell you. He's pretty darn knowledgeable. He's always cutting lines in the field to make it easier, so I am very thankful for that. But I think this time ooh, this is a wash right here. Look at that. I'm not so sure about this one. We're going to take it kind of easy. Wow, that's a big wash. I'm going to run up that wash. I'll let Fred come over here. Hey, Fred.
Yes, sir.
Okay, hey, there's a big wash down here, and I'm going to run up the side of it and use it as our dividing line.
Alrighty.
So when you get over here, just keep going on around, and let's get a couple, like 3 rounds, and then we'll follow this wash.
Alright, will do.
But yeah, man, look at that. Yeah, a big old wash down there. Now, when I did have these fields surveyed, so I know on the survey perspective, we are okay. We do not need to add any terraces or any weird things like that. And we don't have to worry about like on those other fields where we have to, put a waterway in or nothing. But I'm surprised at that with that low, how deep that one down there is. Man, that was deep. And, of course, we're going to fill it in a little bit here with pulling all the soil down into it by ripping it up. And it'll probably smooth off some when we cultivate it. So we'll just, we'll see how it turns out. If it becomes a problem later down the road, we'll do something about it, Yeah, look at there. Look how deep that dips down. Wow. Oh, well, it is what it is. We own the land now. Not much we can do about it. But I don't think this one's going to take too terribly long. So I'll go ahead and get the time lapsing on this, and we'll see you in a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back once again. Well, we made short work of this. There is not too much left. Before I cut back in, I had just talked to Fred, and he's going to run the edges one more time. And I told him we'd take the official way out of here to go back to the farm. So that's going to be basically it when it comes to the work on these brand new fields for today. I mean, there's a lot more work that needs to be done, but it's not excessive. So, not a bad deal there. I'm going to go ahead and run up this path and head towards the house. Fred said he's going to run around the edge one time and make sure we didn't hit any or miss anything. So I'm going to let him do that. And yeah, we'll get folded up and we'll meet him over there. I think, in all honesty, this has been a good set of purchases for me, as far as the fields are concerned anyway. And I just cannot believe that this meadow up here is just here, and it's all ours. We own all of it. And there's a little shed over there that's supposedly ours too. I mean, it's in bad condition. It's not like we can store anything in it. But it does look like if we're going to use this driveway in and out, we're going to have to clean these trees up. Or at least trim them back a little bit, Not that big of an issue. Well, anyway, I will see everybody back over at the shed with Fred. Hey, Mr. Fred. Well, thanks for all your help today. I appreciate it. And we got everything back and looking good. I do. I appreciate it.
Not a problem at all. I just wanted to say thank you for again giving me a chance to come over and help and just help me learn everything as we go and giving me the opportunities to help you out.
You
It means a
betcha.
lot to me.
Well, I'm glad I can be of assistance. The next time I'm going to need your help is here at the beginning of April. We're gonna start working these fields and getting them ready for planting. I'll put you in the cultivator and I'll be in the planter behind you, and we'll get some of these fields done up pretty quick. And if there's anything you need help with on your farm, you let me know. I mean, I'm always glad to help.
Alrighty. Yeah, now that you say that, do you mind coming and looking at something?
Well, sure. Yeah, I ain't got nothing going on the rest of the day. What you need help with?
Well, you know me, I watch the used market and just just kind of curiosity watching what things sell for price wise and seeing if anything catches my eye. And well, a piece of hay equipment came up at a very eye appealing price, and I just couldn't say no. And I dropped the hammer on it and I bought it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I can have a look at it if you want me to.
Yeah, I'd appreciate you to come over and look at it if you don't mind.
Sure, sure, I can. I'll just follow you over there.
Alrighty.
Where's it at, by the way? That'd probably be helpful to know.
It's actually still at the dealership. I haven't picked it up yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll meet you over at the dealership here in just a couple minutes then.
Alrighty, I do appreciate it.
Alrighty, we'll see you in a few.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to go look at a piece of equipment that Fred bought, so I'm going to take a shortcut to go get to our truck. And we'll run down there to the dealership and have a look at it. See you in a few. Well, Fred, that's an interesting disc bind you got here.
Yeah, wasn't even remotely close to looking for one, but a very good used price.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's got a few paint scuffs. Let's see here. Let's have a look at your blades. Oh, they're okay. I mean, your blades will get you through at least one more, maybe two more cuttings. It doesn't look bad at all. Now this lays out all the hay flat. Doesn't make a windrow like that one you've got.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
I mean, there's one nice thing about it. It does dry the hay a little bit better, and you've got that windrow tedder that can flip it into a row. So, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily hurt you.
Okay.
It's gonna make a little bit more work for you, but at the long run, it's gonna dry faster. So that's a positive.
So I could get it rolled up quicker then, right?
Yeah, potentially. If you got good sunny weather, you can get it rolled up a lot faster and into your shed. So yeah, it's not a bad deal at all.
Alrighty. Well, I actually it was a good enough price. I kept the other machine as a backup just in case.
Oh well, that's a good thing, 'cause you never know. The old swathers just always seemed to be a little bit more reliable. They had little less maintenance, but these can run a lot faster. And yeah, like I said, the dry time is a little bit better.
Alrighty.
So, I'll tell you what, I'll follow you over to the farm. Do you need any help kind of getting it moved around?
No, I should be alright.
Alrighty. And you said something about you changed some things up at the farm.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Well, I'll have a look at it, see what you did. I'll follow you over there anyway. Just that way you got some hazards, because I don't see any lights on the back of this.
No, I did notice that in the pictures.
I mean, it doesn't have to have it. You can see the tractor, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, it just would be nice to have some on the implement as well.
That's right. So, alrighty. Well, we'll see you back over at your farm.
Alrighty.
Well, Fred's getting it positioned in here, and I see he did a lot of changing. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. I mean, I know he said something about it, but he bought a hay bind, but his hay field he tilled it under. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. Well, Fred, that looks like a pretty good hay bind. I noticed you don't have a hay field up there anymore, and it looked like maybe you'd cut a little bit more out. You said we'd go up in the gator and have a look. What'd you do?
Well, you know, it'd be easier to show you than describe it. Just go ahead and hop on in with me. I'll run you up there and I'll show you.
All right.
So, it took a little bit of doing, and I had to think it through an awful lot. But it was always a pretty nice little field. I just wish I had a little more capacity to it. So, looking at it, it's not a whole lot different, but what I did was I actually had come through and tilled the ground up pretty heavy and got a little closer to the building here. And I'd actually come down through here the full length and just widened the entire field out.
I see that, yeah. Well, looks like you added a little bit more length down here in the corner, too.
Yeah, I did a little bit here and there, but I made the field all around just a little bit bigger and on the long run a lot better and more
open.
Yes. Yep. And over here, actually, you remember the little corner ground?
Well, yeah, I've been over here with you before. What'd you do with those trees that were out here kind of on that corner?
Well, I actually came through here and had a local individual come out and help me. He needed firewood and I needed a place cleared out, so he came out here and I brought the little Oliver out with the loader on it. And anyways, he cut all the trees down when we use it for firewood. And once we did that, I pulled all the stumps out of the ground, and then I came in here and disced it under real heavy and kind of come through this whole corner. I had to hit it a few different times, but
well, yeah, I remember this corner was pretty bushy in a few places, especially around them trees.
yeah, it had a little bit of brush, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Well, by golly, that looks pretty darn good. I mean, you know, you added probably another acre to your field here, and I'd say at least, you know, another acre over there. That'll give you a little bit more productivity. And, you know, now having that bigger tractor, it ain't going to hurt you one bit as far as running the ground. So, yeah, that works out pretty good. But I have one question for you.
Alrighty, go ahead.
What are you going to do for hay?
You know, I haven't really decided yet.
Aha. Well, you know, I know you just bought a brand new hay bind, and I'm thinking, well, Lord, where's he going to get his hay since he cleaned up that field? But I do have an offer for you.
Alrighty.
You know that last field we plowed up, the top of that is a hay field, hay meadow.
Really?
And if you want it, you're welcome to it, because at this time I don't need extra hay. So since you work for me, that hay field is yours.
Oh, well, you don't need to do that, but I greatly appreciate it.
Not a problem. I mean, otherwise it's just a meadow that's not getting used, so might as well use it.
Fair point.
So
Hold on. Nice little dip.
Oh yeah, boy, it's a little goopy. You could even feel the tires give a little bit through there. You know, that might be something you have to look at one of these days, is fixing that up a little bit. Maybe putting like one of them little metal truss bridges across there. Just something to help you, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, that might be down the road. Those things aren't cheap.
No, they aren't.
I looked into one of those on another one of the farms I've worked on, and boy, they wanted way too much money. I figured I could drive around the section for that kind of money.
Well, I think I'll wind up doing that when I get the money, but I was at one point contemplating putting some like crushed limestone down and maybe running it over with the tractor a few times and kind of packing it down, but I feel like one of those little metal crossings would be a little bit more efficient.
Well, yeah, it probably would be. That's true. I do think so. But yeah, I mean, I like what you did to your farm. You got a nice new hay bind. Things are looking up over here quite a bit, aren't they?
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Good deal. Well, I'm going. Here soon, I know you're going to be planting. You need to come over with your gravity wagon and pick up some fertilizer. Don't forget about that, because I know you're going to need it, when you start planting. So, yeah, anytime you want, just come on up and get some. We'll figure out how much it is, and maybe it'll end up being a wash with payment or whatever. But I'll write you a check for today's work after we do the planting at my place. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to head towards home, and we'll see you next time.
Alrighty, yes sir.
See you later, Fred. Thank you for today's help.
Hey, not a problem, and thank you.
You bet. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to head back home. I almost forgot. Yeah, at one point, Fred, he was needing some fertilizer. I never got him his fertilizer. But we got more than plenty. Oh my, do we have plenty. And, I made a promise to him I'd sell it to him for half price, and that's what I will do. Because, he's trying to get going, and I want him to be able to have a very successful future at his farm. I like how he's forward thinking. He's changing his fields a little bit to get a little bit more out of them. That's just what you got to do in order to keep on going. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you had a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.